Welcome in, everybody. Back at it. Broncos training camp. Parker Gabriel, Ryan McFadden, Denver Post. It is Wednesday afternoon, and camp rolls on. Tomorrow, Thursday, last day of fans being here during training camp. Obviously, the Broncos play at San Francisco on Saturday night. This was 4 downs, 4 most interesting things we saw and heard today. Ryan, number one was something we saw. Adam Trautman made a sick one-handed catch in the end zone.
Yeah, I wrote that he did his best Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah, that's right.
With that. It was like a one-handed catch in double coverage. Like Russ threw it down the middle of the ball, looked a little too high, and he was able to get in there and snag the ball. It was an impressive catch. And I think one thing with Adam Trautman, which I thought overall he had a pretty solid day.
Yeah.
From a pass catching standpoint, I think when you look at him, you knew what he kind of brought to the blocking game.
Yep.
And that's why it's understandable that Peyton listed him as tight end number one to leading him to the Arizona Cardinals game.
Yeah.
But his pass, like to see the way he was working in the passing game, that's a promising sign moving forward.
Yeah, Joe Lombardi, the offensive coordinator today, said he called him a quarterback-friendly player in his body language, and Trautman sort of explained that after practice of just like, you just got to make yourself available. He's a guy that it seems like the quarterbacks are comfortable throwing the ball to, and that definitely counts for something. Speaking of the quarterbacks, number two, another pretty good day for number three. He had to throw to Trautman in the end zone. Just pretty sharp overall, and Russell Wilson talked after practice. It was interesting. I don't know if they're going to be really good offensively this year, if they're going to be fine or whatever, but they definitely are getting comfortable in training camp, and Russell Wilson really spoke to that today of like he feels like they're sort of starting to click as a unit. Yeah,
you could tell they're starting to click, and one thing you notice like today is like you start to see Russ take a little bit more deep shots down,
Yeah.
like, make those big plays. I think early on we saw him taking a lot of those check downs, a lot of those short passes down early on, but now it's like you're seeing a lot of more deep shots. You saw that pass near the sideline to Cortland Sutton. I thought he had a beautiful ball he threw in the red zone where Cortland caught it in the back of the end zone. And that connection right there, they have looked very strong over the weeks.
It's funny because it makes a lot of sense that you would gain confidence when you're putting in an entirely new offense. You're out here every day. It gets better, but it really has been the rhythm that they've played with has really been noticeable like this week compared to 4 weeks ago. Now it's a matter of we'll see him against the 49ers, probably not the number ones in the last preseason game, and then the lights come on September 10th and you see what it looks like. Number three, don't know if Ben DiNucci will be on the roster by September 10th. Depends on if the Broncos keep 3 quarterbacks or not, but he's really played pretty well, and Joe Lombardi, again, the offensive coordinator today, spoke pretty highly of him, said he had that magic moxie that you like to see in a quarterback.
Yeah, like Ben DiNucci has looked very solid. Solid out there. I thought he's been very efficient. His play style is a little bit unorthodox. We saw today where he tried to do like little Gilbert Arenas behind the back,
like he's playing for the Warriors.
Free throw routine, they end up throwing an incomplete pass. Like you admire like the effort to like, add that spice to your game, but like Lombardi said, they're not trying to do that. But I've been encouraged from Ben DiNucci. Like he's really, like you said, we don't know if Payne wants to keep 3 quarterbacks on the roster, but he is making a strong case to do so.
Yeah, he is, and it probably at the end of the day that comes down sometimes to just whether they have enough sort of intel from around the league of like can they get him on the practice squad, or if there's somebody out there that they know is probably going to claim him at the cut down, then you just have to decide whether you want to keep him on your roster, take 3 quarterbacks, or roll the dice that you end up losing him when you cut him. Last thing today, Vance Joseph, really pretty effusive in his praise for rookie linebacker Drew Sanders. Sanders has had, I'd say, a nice camp, but it hasn't been like he makes plays where you see the athleticism, you see the traits, this sort of like a flash plays as we call them. But it's not like you look at him and say, boy, that's a defensive rookie of the year or something like that necessarily. Vance Joseph today said, we got stuff that we're not showing anybody until the fall. He makes a play a day nobody else can make. He really was bullish on the rookie linebacker.
Yeah, and like and coaching staff in general, even like guys like Josie and Alex, they've been very high on him.
Yep.
Like that athleticism and be able to, they can use him all over the field.
Yep.
And then also too how they like how he played a little bit outside linebacker before coming while he was in college and how he can be like one of those pressure players. So yeah, Vance Joseph spoke very highly of him, but that's continuing with a lot of the players and pay himself.
Yeah,
they've really loved what they've seen from him.
There you go. It's hype season here. It's like 100 degrees. It's the middle of a long work week. September can't get here soon enough. But in the meantime, we'll cover everything, obviously, Broncos related. DenverPost.com/Broncos. For Ryan, I'm Parker. Thanks for watching.